Okay, in order to solve this differential equation, we want to first find the order of this differential equation, and afterwards we want to see if it is homogeneous or not, and based off these two conditions we will solve this equation based off the methods that we know. First of all, as we see in here, there is a term of dy by dx. It means that we are taking the first derivative of y with respect to x. So this is the first order differential equation. And also on the right hand side, you can see x to the 2 minus 3. It is obvious that this value on the right hand side is not equal to 0, so we are actually dealing with a non-homogeneous equation in here. So since this is a first order differential equation and it is not homogeneous, what we can do in order to solve this equation, we can use integration factor. If it was a homogeneous one, we could use separation by variables. So in order to find the integration factor for the differential equations, we should know the general formula of the first order differential equations. It is dy by dx plus px times y is equal to qx. And the integration factor for this general formula would be e to the power of integral of px dx. As you see in here, px is the coefficient of y. And as you see in here on our question, px would be equal to 1 over x. So I can actually calculate integral factor using e to the power of 1 over x dx. And as you know, based off calculus, the integral of 1 over x is ln of x, so it is ln of x. And based off the properties of ln, we know that this value would be equal to x. After we found the integration factor, we're just going to multiply this integration factor to the both sides of the equation. So we have x times dy by dx plus x times y over x is equal to x times x to the 2 minus 3. As you know, based off the integration factor formula that you use, every time we use this formula and we multiply it to the both sides of the equation, the left hand side would be the first derivative of y times the integration factor with respect to x, and the right hand side would be this value, the right hand side value multiplied by the integration factor, which we already calculated. And I'm just going to expand it, so it would be x3 minus 3x. Now, what I want to do now is move this dx to the other side of the equation, so I will be left with x on the right hand side only. So we have d of y times if is equal to x to the 3 minus 3x dx, right? Now I'm just gonna substitute if, which you already got, which was x equal to x, with this value in here. So we have d of yx is equal to x to the 3 minus 3x dx. Now what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna take integral of both sides of the equation. Integral of d of something would be equal to that something. So for example, integral of dx is equal to x, integral of dy is equal to y, and integral of dyx would be equal to yx. And what we should know now is take the integral of x to the 3 minus 3x dx, right? In order to do so, I just can actually separate the values in here and write this value is actually equal to x to the 3 dx minus 3x dx. So the first one would be x to the 4 divided by 4. The second one would be minus 3x to the 2 divided by 2. And when we calculate the integrals, we need to add a constant as well. And also I'm just going to write the left hand side of the equation, which was yx. So now I can easily rewrite the equation, which is y is equal to x to the, I'm just gonna divide both of the equation by x, so I will be left with y on the left hand side only, so it would be x to the 3 divided by 4 minus 3x divided by 2 plus c x. Now in order to find the c value in here, we are going to use the initial conditions which is mentioned on the question. As you see in the question, it is saying that at x equal to 1, y is equal to 1 as well. So I'm just going to substitute x equal to 1 and y equal to 1 on this equation in here. So we have y is equal to 1 on the left hand side is equal to x to the 3 divided by 4, which is 1 to the 3 divided by 4, which is 1 over 4, minus 3 over 2 plus c over 1. And based off this equation, we can see c is equal to 1 minus 1 over 4 plus 3 over 2, which we can calculate it and say 1 over 4 is 4 over 4, 4 over 4 minus 1 over 4 is 3 over 4. This one is also 6 over 4, so it is 9 over 4. So at the last stage, I'm just gonna write the final equation. It is x to the 3 divided by 4 minus 3x 2 plus 9 over 4x.